our dry parchment that we buy. We weigh and we check the moisture that usually comes through this door here. And then if you walk across, weigh, usually we punch the bags, run through this sample hala, and then the sample hala, you look at the moisture of the coffee. If there's too much moisture, usually you don't really want to buy it because you're just buying water content. It's a lot more, it's heavier. So yeah, usually when it's really when it has a lot of moisture in it, they call it fall coffee, and that's everyone steers clear of that. You usually just want to buy number one coffee where the moisture is a lot less, and it doesn't take so much time in the dryers. So our drying sections over here. From the parchment, we send it into these silos, and then from these silos they go through the elevators and then go into these rotary dryers. These are the rotary dryers here. These rotary dryers are Pellini Alves. They're pretty good Brazilian brand, and it's really efficient because you use the coffee husk, don't dry the coffee husk from the coffee that gets milled. More or less gets burnt in this furnace, and then the fan pushes the hot air through, and yeah, that's how it dries the coffee. So you're really just using your own coffee's own biofuel. It's a really good machine. And most machines are coffee drying machines. They're done like this. So from here, once it's all dry, we send it to an elevator, a central conveyor belt, and the conveyor belt takes it to the hullers, where then we remove the husk, the dry skin. That's through here. Beater hullers, and they're pretty much the machine that takes the dry, the husk, removes the husk from the actual coffee bean. And from there it goes down to a polisher, and that just removes any small debris or the lighter skins that are attached to the bean. That removes it all, and then the coffee beans, they go to another elevator that takes it to the densimetric, and the densimetric will get rid of all the lighter beans from the heavier beans. And the lighter beans are usually the lower grade of coffee. So it's called different. Densimetric, so if you wanted to get a shot of that, just over the top, you see what I mean, when you get rid of the lighter beans, the heavier beans. The heavier beans come up to the top, and the lighter beans go down to the bottom. Densimetric, the boys then bag it into the 60 kilo bags, so usually the double tube bags here, and then it's just 60 kilos, and then that's what it gets exported in. But all this coffee here is going to a multinational export company, so they'll get it in second-hand bags, and then they'll put it in their own bags with their own prints on it. And to say we're exporting coffee, but nothing on the scale of the multinational companies that are currently here. in the Eastern Highlands, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
So what's happening here?
So what this coffee is done for Monty Coffee Exports Limited, that's what they call, and they have probably one of the biggest wet mills in PNG. It's in the Wagi Valley, and it's just an extra form of income for us. We do all their processing here, so we turn it from parchment form into green bean form, and it's ready for export. So what we're doing here is, obviously we just turned it into green bean and packed into the jute bag, and now this will go up to the warehouse and the head office in town there, and they'll transfer it into their export bags and they'll send it off to wherever their market is. And this is really high quality premium grade coffee, and it's from it's from a number of areas, but mainly the Jimmy Valley and that Upper Highlands area.
Nowek stand among the Papua New Guinean coffee exporters.
We just started. we got a long way to go. We're just getting into exporting. It's not very easy to go out and find a market, but we do what we can. But in terms, it's a good thing that me and my brothers, we're all in our 30s, and we've got a lot of years left in us as well. We definitely try our hardest to get up there with everyone else. Our construction setup, so that's a concrete batching plant, and then behind it is it's just a micro quarry. Two crushers, a screener, just like a sand washing machine, and that's really helped us build more or less everything around here. We produce our own concrete, our own bricks, and our own aggregates, more or less. So it really cuts costs. If you go and get a reputable builder, the cost of building in PNG is outrageous. It costs millions and millions of kina to put down a warehouse, or to even build a house, unless you do DIY. Do it yourself, DIY. It really helps us cutting the cost down of building. So we got it in because we had a few big warehouses to build, and it's been a great help, I guess. This is all our father's foresight in purchasing all this. So this is our makeshift nursery here, and by the square meter that we've measured out there, it should hold around 45 to 50,000 seedlings, and we usually give out that much in a year as well, but we'd like to increase that to, realistically we should be giving out at least 200,000, or trying to push to do 200,000. That'll make a bigger impact, I think, on the coffee industry. And if other coffee companies, especially the bigger ones, if they can push to do in the hundreds of thousands of seedlings, if they can push to distribute that amount of seedlings, of course we need the small growers. We need to have a network of them, and reliable farmers as well, ones that will push to get that kind of volume into the ground. I think the species of these seedlings are just a typica. I'm not too familiar on how to tell the different species, but I'm pretty sure they do it by looking at the leaf. But I'm not schooled on how to tell the different leaves. I need to look into that a bit further, but I'm pretty sure, hearing from my father, this is mainly typical, like this whole area, that the Ungai and the Bena area that we get most of our cherry from, it's all typical species. I think they grow well in the shade and in this climate, I guess. It's purchased as cherry, so that's with the outer cherry skin. We put it through the pulpers up at the wet mill, and yeah, more or less they've washed it and transferred it down to that red box over there, and then the women have placed it out on the blue canvas here. And yeah, more or less, this would, if we have good weather, this should take 7 to 10 days. This cherry here, or the parchment that was sitting here, it's got a lot of skin still inside it. It shouldn't look like this, but we got some outdated machines up there. If you go to a wet mill, well, there's a new state-of-the-art wet mill just down the road, and you'll find that their cherry is very clean. But yeah, unfortunately we're operating on outdated machinery. We need to upgrade our setup. But all it is we just do extra cleaning in the dry mill. It'll get rid of all the unwanted stuff that you see right now. Mainly the skin and the little twigs and stones and whatever else foreign matter that might be in there. But yeah, that's it. Okay, what's going on here is this is called a natural process. And more or less, you dry the coffee with the skin still on it, and this is a process well known in South America, most South American countries, and I think Brazil, all their coffee is done like this, but the quality is not quite as good as countries like Colombia or Honduras. I guess from the climate, and I think most Brazilian coffee is Robusta that they do with this. So the quality, we're Arabica, so we should have almost the same results. Not, obviously the soil's different, but we should have good results just like the countries like Colombia. And yeah, this is a natural process, and we just dry the coffee. We dry the skin with the actual coffee, and it's for a premium market. This will end up being premium coffee. It'll fetch. We believe it'll fetch a higher price. And right now, this is just a sample. We're just testing it out now, and we're gonna give a few samples out there, and we'll just literally see how well it does. In some cases, it'll do well, and in other cases, we may have a few things we didn't do properly that might taint the taste, or it all depends on the end cupping result of the coffee. So hopefully this all goes well, and we can plan to do it in a larger setting for more volume. Hopefully half a container or one container, that'd be good. But obviously it depends on the price, because this takes longer to dry, and it's harder to mill, put through our dry mill. We may have to set our machines up a little differently. We sent a little sample batch through, and we had quite a bit of trouble getting the skin off. But hopefully it's all worth it, and we'll just see what happens.